Standing on the top now. No, nothing can move you.
The Stop Nina Turner movement, the DNC and the Democratic Party is working overtime to kill Nina Turner's Senate run. Now understand this, family. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm an independent. Okay, I don't vote on party. I vote based on what you've done in the past, what you're doing now, and what you're doing in the future. I don't use this platform to endorse anybody. If you do that with your platform, fine. I don't do that. I got to keep it right in the middle, because I got some people that's Republican, I got some people Democrat, and I'm about a fair and balance. My number one mission, if you got a plan, if you have a baton, if you have taken the baton of my community and decide to run with it as fast as you can get my personal endorsement. My personal endorsement. Now, saying all this, let me put this up and let's talk a little bit about Nina's Turner campaign. Now, as you know, Hillary Clinton, somebody who I cannot stand, have been on TV doing whatever they can to stop Nina Turner. Now, I have to admit it. I only have two problems with Nina Turner. I don't want her sucking up to the partyism, even though she's in the Democratic Party. I can't control how she run her campaign. And I really was hard on her about not supporting reparations in the form of cash payments. But recently, she was on the Tim Black show. I'm not going to show none of that. Go on the Tim Black show website. And she said, I am adamantly for cash payments. Now, in the past, there was no strong statement about cash payments. And anybody can say I'm for cash payments. But are you for cash payments to the tune of trillions? At least, way more than that. $24 trillion into the hands of American descendants of slaves, or I like to say descendants of American slaves. 12 trillion. She did say she support John Connor's platform, which is the 1040 and all that. Okay, you support that. All right. Okay. My main thing is we don't need to be studying that. And she mentioned Sandy Darity, but I never heard her mention Claude Anderson. So I guess she changed her tune on that. And I don't know if she's changing her tune in that in order to get the black support. But my whole thing is it's got to be more than just the cash payment. It got to be cash payment and ... But cash payment need to be at the beginning. Well, she recently went on Tim Black's show and said, I support cash payment. This country, American descendants of slaves are foundational black. She admitted that. Okay, good on you, Nina. Good on you. Okay, because that was one of my big problems with you. And just because somebody says something, I'm prone not to take them for their word. I'd rather see you push it. And I have not seen her push it in her campaign. And that's the main problem that I have. People say they support it, but they don't want to vocally say it on a platform, at a speech. But she did say it on the Tim Black show. But it's not about Nina Turner. This is about her opponent, Shontel Brown. Now, Shontel Brown was endorsed by James Clyburn recently. And she happily take the endorsement. See, the bottom line of this whole thing is Shontel Brown was getting her butt spanked so bad by Nina Turner that she had to ask the Democratic elite to help her out. Forget everybody else, because they're not the only two running for that seat. She had to get help. That's when the Hillary Clintons came in support of her. The Uncle Ruckus came in support of her, because they don't want somebody like Nina in Congress. Now, the squad has been acting like crap. They've been weak. They got elected and not doing anything that they claim that they were sent to do. The people voted them in. And they're not beholding themselves to the people. They're beholding themselves to their comrades in the House, because most of them are in the House. Few of them in the Senate. Nina Turner is going for a Senate run. She's poised to take Marsha Fudge's seat. And they want somebody like Marsha Fudge. Now, if you're from Ohio, tell me what Marsha Fudge have done for the community of Ohio in general. And then tell me what Marsha Fudge has done for the black community in Ohio. If you live in Ohio, put it in the comment section or email me at bobtvnyc@gmail.com and tell me what she did so I could talk about it for the black community. Now, tell me what Chantel has done for the black community. Now, if you go to, I can't think of the organization, the website where you can see the laws that have been pushed by senators on a local, state, and level, national level. You can see the bills and the policies that people push. You can find some things on Nina Turner. But tell me what these two people have done. Now, listen to this. Nina Turner opponent Chantel Brown is low-key pleading for a super PAC. In other words, she was getting her butt spanked so bad by Nina Turner, and she don't want to be embarrassed. And James Clyburn and the elite don't want to be embarrassed because now we got a super progressive. It should be super black first and super progressive second, but we got a super black progressive that's getting a lot of financial support outside of Ohio, but yet she's leading in financial support in the state of Ohio. Chantel Brown doesn't have that. Nobody really know who she is, and once they find out who she is, they won't have nothing to do with it. So once again, black people being the three blind mice or whatever you call it, waiting on that Pied Piper to lead them down the path. As usual, our Pied Piper are these black elites, and our Pied Piper are their paymasters, and whatever they say, we just gonna do, because that's just us. We just gonna do whatever they say. We just gonna do. You know, black people support black, 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 black. Not having a brain of your own, not thinking for yourself. It says Chantel Brown campaign for Congress is blaring one of the least subtle messages sent to a super PAC since the outside money groups were legalized by the Supreme Court in its Citizen United versus FEC decision. So here we are. We're black people. This is from Ryan Grimm. I really don't like Ryan Grimm. Really don't trust Ryan Grimm, but this is his article. I got a real problem with Ryan Grimm, because he's one of those suck-ups to partyism too. Say Brown campaign has listed on his website a set of negative talking points about her opponent, Nina Turner, all enclosed in a bright red box. Directly under the red box is a quote from the Democratic consultant Mark Mellman, the leader of a major pro-Israel super PAC. The leader. Now, this is her Democratic consultant, whom at the same time is a leader of a major pro-Israel super PAC. Now, look, I got no problem with the country of Israel, but I do got a problem with the government. And I do got a problem with people vouching for Israel, or vouching for Palestine, or vouching for Syria, and don't even vouch for their own community. Mark Lamont Hill. Senator Bernie Sanders and his congressional allies. Red box is a campaign industry term referring to the spot on the website that candidates use to communicate with outside group like Super PAC. Both Brown and Turner are competing in special elections in Ohio to replace former Representative Marsha Fudge, who was confirmed to be President Joe Biden's Secretary of Department of Housing and Urban Development. The primary in a heavily Democratic district is scheduled for August 3rd. Now, I'm not going to go into this because she have been getting a lot of money from super PACs. Here's another article by Matthew Cunningham Cook. He said oil and gas air funding super PAC to attack Nina Turner. So, in other words, Chantel Brown cried for help. I mean, she probably cried. I mean, like on a Karen level crying. I'm not talking about Karen that watched the show. I'm talking about these super Karens out here. Begging them, I need help. Please help me. Y'all gonna have this crazy progressive socialist. I'm with Joe Biden. I'm gonna do whatever he say to do. I'm gonna support whatever he say to do. See, those type of people you don't want in office. I don't want a go along, get along person. I don't want to be part of go along, get along gang, even when it comes to my local community. I'm not just going to go along, get along. You know, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to stay on code as much as I can, just like any other community. But I don't like this go along, get along. And Chantel Brown already is going to, and you're going to see it in these few ads I'm going to show you of Chantel Brown, that she is go along, get along all freaking day. Nina Turner ain't go along, get along. Nina Turner's not going along, get along. So here you see oil and gas air funding super PAC. So you got oil and gas heirs, and who know where that oil and gas money is coming from. It could be coming from Sudan. It could be coming from Saudi Arabia. It could come from Dallas, Texas. I don't know where it's coming from, but oil and gas air is funding super PAC to attack Nina Turner. Why? Because Nina Turner is strongly for taxing millionaires and billionaires. It's crazy. Largest donor in the super PAC backing centrist Democrat candidate Chantel Brown in Ohio 11 congressional district special election is an oil and gas executive who belongs to a billionaire family. So she got big money that's going to get her into that White House. I mean, into the halls of Congress. I mean, she's not even taking the bottom route. She's going straight to the Senate. She's not going to the House of Representatives, straight to the Senate. Now, that's scary. And already, she got people buying her campaign out. Now, I have to admit it, according to the FCC, Nina Turner, most of her backing is coming from grassroots people from the ground level, $27 per candidate. I mean, per person. This woman got billionaires. And when you got billionaires that's going to fund a campaign to get you into Congress, guess who you're beholden to once you get in Congress? Billionaires. Activists worry the donation could compromise Brown's support for progressive climate policies. She is not for progressive climate policies. So don't even go there. She's for whatever Joe Biden or whatever the Democratic National Committee is for. Stacey Schussman Aaron, chair of Samson Energy, a fossil fuel company that owns at least 11 oil and gas wells in Wyoming, donated $1.55 million to Democratic Majority for Israel in 2019 and 2020, a super PAC that has in turn spent over $660,000 on ads supporting Brown and attacking her Democratic primary opponent, Nina Turner. According to the Intercept review of the federal campaign financial records, Schusterman is the super PAC largest individual donor. Now, I'm not going to go through this article. You can go through it on your own. Here's the deal. She need money bad. She need money very bad. She was losing. I think Nina Turner was up like 30 points on her behind. So they need to come up with some kind of smear campaign to just crap on all over her, so she can look good. And yes, she has been rising in the polls as a result of it. So it's poised that she has a chance to end up going to the Senate. And now we got another black bought and paid for political person who's going to be happily involved with the CBC. This one thing I believe Nina Turner is not going to do. She ain't going to be part of no Congressional Black Congress. And the Congressional Black Congress is not going to invite her. Now, let's say she do. If she end up becoming one of them, oh, that's a shame. But here's one thing I know will happen. Chantel Brown will be happy to be a part of Congressional Black Caucus, and she will be happily willing to kiss the parties behind whatever the CBC said do, I'm going to do. Because I support the CBC. Whatever Joe Biden do, I'm going to do. I'm going to support him. I'm going to do whatever I can. That's that get along, go along crap. We need people that's going to challenge the status quo, not happily do whatever they can to become one of the it's happening with AOC. I live here in New York. I was shamefully to say I was involved with the AOC campaign. Okay, she had some good things on her platform. I've evolved since then. But I made phone calls for her and I got elected. She going Hollywood now. She's going Hollywood. I mean, she's pretty Hollywood. She's not even pushing the things that she ran on. She's not trying to get involved heavily with Medicare for All. The Green New Deal she talked about, she stole that from Jill Stein from the Green Party. Stole it, straight biting it. 1980s hip hop biting. Going to Hollywood. Now, Nina Turner has much of a high profile, way more high profile than Chantel Brown. And I'm not 100% riding that horse for Nina. But I definitely would never ride a horse for Chantel Brown. Because she's saying, I'm willing to go along and get along. Let me show you. All right, so this is Chantel Brown for Congress. And I'm reminded, Professor Black Truth said, you got to watch these old Negroes. Let me play this and hopefully you can hear it.
I raised Marsha Fudge to be principled, work hard, and care for our community. Marsha now serves in President Biden's cabinet, so she can't endorse in the race for Congress. But I can. Chantel Brown is Marsha's protege. She shares Marsha's values.
Now, Chantel Brown, now don't get me wrong, she's cutie. She's cute. But cute ain't gonna, I mean, people don't fall for this cuteness. Yeah, white women falling for Barack Obama. Oh, he's such a beautiful man. Oh, he's beautiful. Oh my God. Brothers, don't fall for it. Yo, man, she fine, man. Psst. Talking about tap. I tap her for Senate seat. Nah, bruh. Don't fall for the cuteness. And she knows she cute, and she try to use that. And y'all gonna see this. You gonna see this. She's trying to charm her way into this position. She ain't got no policies. This old lady said that she know Marsha Fudge. Again, my question is, senior lady, my elder, what has Marsha Fudge done for the black community, let alone the community of her district? What have she done?
And will continue her legacy in Congress. On August 3rd, we're voting for Chantel Brown.
I'm Chantel Brown.
Now, you see how this is, they try to say that Chantel Brown is her protege. She would do a great job just like Marsha Fudge did. Well, what did Marsha Fudge do? Put it in the chat, what did she do? Because I looked over the record, she ain't done much in a while. Yet people keep on voting her in. Keep on voting her in. Fish fries and come to the county and have a little fair and shake hands with everybody and kiss, babies. Mwah. What have she done? Now you got this lady spending time with Marsha Fudge, mother, so to speak. And now it's her mother. Now listen to the slight word that she had to say. Black people, stop listening to this crap.
Chantel Brown, and I approve this message.
Brown.
I'm Chantel Brown.
Listen to her.
Legacy in Congress. On August 3rd, we're voting for Chantel Brown.
Who in the hell is we? That's James Clyburn. Well, we gonna vote for Joe Biden because Joe know us. We know Joe. Joe know hoes, and the hoes know Joe. Who is this we? Lady, you can't speak for me. Now, honestly speaking, I'm not in Columbia. I'm not in Ohio. I'm not in none of those districts. But if I was, I'll go to that lady and say, excuse me, ma'am, Miss Ma'am, you don't speak for me. Oh, no, we ain't voting for Chantel Brown, and we ain't necessarily voting for Nina Turner unless she could take our baton and run with it. And don't be afraid. We listen to this crap, and people sitting up here following this stuff. And Professor Black Truth taught us you got to watch these old Negroes, because it's these old Negroes who sat there and let the CBC and everybody don't do nothing for black folks, and now they elderly, and the Grim Reaper can come any day. Now, honestly speaking, the Grim Reaper can come for all of us, no matter how old we are. But here they are, about to leave this planet. Probably give them another 20 more years at most. And they sitting up here continually telling us that we're going to continue to push people who ain't going to do nothing for us in office. Let me go back to hear that one more time.
On August 3rd, we're voting for Chantel Brown.
We're voting for Chantel Brown. Lady, if you don't go somewhere and take some Geritol and get up out of here, get out of here with that mess, lady. All right. Here's another one. James Clyburn. Boy, she got some white teeth, boys. No gold teeth. That right. There's no gold teeth. She pimping. And look at this fool. Let's listen to him. Now, anytime you got James Clyburn endorsed, that's a signal to say, if you endorsing them, I'm good. Well, let's listen to this.
Hello.
All right, so here's James, Uncle Ruckus, John C. Calhoun himself, trying to prop up the white establishment and trying to prop up anybody that's going to support people who ain't going to support you.
Hello, I'm Congressman Jim Clyburn. I served with Lou Stokes, Stephanie Tubbs Jones, and Marshall Fudge. They were effective because they focused on you, not on themselves.
Now here's this fool trying to say they were effective because they focus on you. Show me some proof in this campaign ad, Uncle Ruckus. Stephen from Django, tell me some of the things that these three people that you talked about in this ad, because you're going to say these three people did something great for black people, and this next lady is going to continue that legacy. List them. Like, folks, stop just listening and believing everything these fools say and challenge them.
I'm Congressman Jim Clyburn. I served with Lou Stokes, Stephanie Tubbs Jones, and Marshall Fudge. They were effective because they focused on you, not on themselves. Chantel Brown will continue that legacy in Congress. Ticket for me, the highest ranking African American in Congress. Chantel.
Here they go with this stuff. Take it from me. I'm the highest. He's bragging about that crap. I'm the highest African American in Congress. That don't mean you're the boss of us, Negro. And that we got to listen to you. And I'm telling every black person, that don't mean you got to listen to him and go with whatever he say. Stop being follow the leader. Stop being part of the get along, go along gang. Find out what this person did for the community in the past. Find out what they're doing now before you give them any power in the future. Find out what they're believing in, what they're running on, and see how can that, once implemented, how does it benefit you? And anytime you see these politicians with pictures of people right here who didn't, God, let me calm down. The man who structured, who bragged about creating the crime bill with his own very hands.
Madam President, it's been a real pleasure to work with my friend from Texas. We most times are on opposite sides of issues. This time we're on the same side, but it is. I realize in this business it's difficult for us to, notwithstanding the fact we're personally cooperating on this bill, for us to dismiss the prospect of some partisanship. Let me set the record straight. on this bill. The underlying bill, which is now the Biden-Hatch bill, was the Biden bill. A guy named Biden wrote that bill, and he wrote that bill by going down and sitting down with the President of the United States of America, not with his Attorney General, not with anyone else, with Bill Clinton.
In the middle of the night, under some kind of demonic spell, writing one of the worst oppressing policies that pretty much introduced the new penitentiary, the new plantation, the private prison system, and a new Jim Crow, a way to get you locked up, the way to get you into the plantation, the prison system. She up there cheesing and grinning with this guy. A man who's not apologetic, a man who will not say, I'm going to overturn it. He claimed that he's going to put some new things in it to make it better. No, you need to overturn it. You see her smiling and grinning with this bigot white supremacist. This is a white supremacist. He's not a bigot alone. He's not a racist alone. He is a white supremacist. A white supremacist develop strategies, develop platforms, develop structure where they can maintain dominancy. Every white person that's a racist or a bigot can't do that. That's why they don't deserve the title white supremacist. You can call them a bigot or a racist, but they don't deserve the title white supremacist. White supremacists are on a whole nother level. This guy is a white supremacist.
Brown would work with President Biden and her fellow Democrats to get things done for you. That's why I proudly endorse Shontel Brown.
Now let's go back to what this Negro whisperer, Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Tom just said. Now the key, what I want y'all to see is he's letting you know that she would proudly do what I'm doing. Kiss Joe Biden's behind and to get the work done. I would never, ever challenge Joe Biden. And thanks to Joe Biden, I'm the highest ranking. Thanks to Joe Biden. It's like Bernie Sanders. Thanks to Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders sits on as the leader of the budget committee, which means Biden is going to pull his puppet strings. These politicians, they get in these positions and they get wooed by positions pushed by their leaders. If you do this for me, I'm going to do this for you. You know, Joe Biden, once he got that endorsement, he sold the endorsement of the black community not to help the black community. He did that to get his daughter some jobs on corporate boards. 3 of them. But what about your kids? What did your kids get? But let me get back to it. Anytime you hear this language, this is a theme for these endorsements of Ms. Brown. Listen to these 3 things.
Democrats to get things done for you. With work with President Biden and her fellow Democrats.
She will work with Joe Biden and her fellow Democrats to get things done for you. What things so far? What freaking thing have any of these politicians done for us? Especially black people.
To get things done for you. That's why I proudly endorse Shontel Brown.
I'm Shontel Brown, and I approve this message.
Hello.
See, the key word again, she's going to kiss Joe Biden's behind. She's going to kiss our behind because she's going to be part of CBC. And she's going to be a part of the Go Along, Get Along gang to get things done for you. But wait, let's watch another one.
Shontel Brown or Nina Turner? Who can we trust to deliver on President Biden's agenda? Shontel Brown.
Now let's go back to this. To me, this is not a badge of support. This is not a badge of support. This black people gonna fall for this crap and vote for her because of these 2 people. One man smiling
on President Biden's agenda. Shontel Brown, a proven leader who will work with Biden and Harris to get results.
There's that word again. A proven leader that's gonna work with Biden and Harris to get results. Now, folks, there's nothing wrong with working for Biden and Harris to get results. If Biden and Harris gonna focus on working for you. See, we got it the wrong way. I'm not pushing you to, I'm not sending you to Congress to go work for them, these people. I'm sending you to Congress to make sure these people work for us. I'm not sending you to be part of the go along, get along gang and you get stuck up in the CBC for 30, 40 years and you ain't doing nothing. They made Jamie Harris, Jamie Harris is the head of the DNC chair, which in my opinion should have been given to Stacey Abrams. These people busting their behind to make these things, get these things done for people. But yet these people are not doing nothing, number one, to reward them. And they're definitely not doing nothing for the people who put them in office. Again, here's that theme again.
Leader who will work with Biden and Harris to get results. Brown made history as the first Black woman to lead the County Democratic Party. She added,
and she still is the leader of the Capahone County, whatever it is, DNC chairperson. Now, the DNC chairperson should step down when running for office. She will not step down, which meaning she still want to keep her position, whether she win, lose, or draw. And that's not fair. But look what you want to do. Chantel Brown added 110 beds. Whoop-de-freaking-do. How about give people no-cost health care?
Over 100 beds to our health center, caring for the most vulnerable. Chantel Brown. For Biden, for us. DMFI.
So you hear that? For Biden, for us. No, for Biden. For Biden. Tell the truth, this is just for Biden. We need somebody that's going to kiss up to the CBC. We need somebody that's going to kiss up the DNC. We need a young Hillary Clinton. We need to mold and shape the first Hillary Clinton. Because Kamala Harris ain't it.
IPAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Chantel Brown. Like many of you, I did everything to make sure Joe Biden beat Donald Trump. And thank God we defeated him. I'm running for Congress to work with President Biden and deliver for Northeast Ohio. With better jobs, affordable health care, and stopping gun violence. Some just want to attack Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Frankly, I'm sick of it. I approve this message because we got rid of Trump. Now let's get things done.
So if you're the type of person who say, hell no to Joe, hell no to Biden. Let me address Ms. Brown for a second. Your boy sat on the Senate floor in 1993 pushing a post-slavery bill called black boys predators.
The consensus is A, we must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society. And the truth is,
your boy said, we have to do something because I'm afraid they're going to come in and crack my mother upside the head. As a result of your boy and the way he viciously and vehemently used racial tones to paint the image of the young black male, had white people fearing black men. Your boy. That was before when you had to roll the windows up back then. Because of your boy, the way he talked, you couldn't roll your window fast enough and lock your door. I used to hate that. I'm trying to go in the mall and I'm walking by a car and these white people rolling up their window so fast, they about to break the window knob in their hand and locking the door. A lot of doors got jammed. Doorknobs got jammed because folks were scared of black men or black boys. Your boy did that. Your boy said we need to get them off the streets. No matter, I don't care where they come from. I don't care about their background. I've shown you the video. You go back and watch, playlist I got on Joe Biden. Your boy. But you're going to say, I want to support Trump. You want to make it all about Trump. Folks, they want you to paint this picture that Trump is the only pathological lying, bigot, racist with rape allegations on the face of this planet. And he is. But this guy, he's okay. He's had a new lease on life. And then you got Kamala Harris, who pretty much took Joe Biden crime bill and perfected in action. In other words, not am I just a student, I'm going to become your best student. I'm going to demonstrate that I got this crime bill stuff down pat. And you go look at her legislative record. You go look at her record as district attorney. You go look at her record as prosecutor. You go look at her record as the attorney general. How she covered up for police. She didn't even want, I can go on and on and on. Body cams, she wasn't for body cams until she was pressured. And how she protected police like your boy and them doing in Kentucky when it came to Breonna Taylor situation. It's people like this. See, this one thing I say about Nina Turner. If she gonna suck up to Joe Biden, she ain't gonna let you know about it. This lady is letting you know. I'm gonna kiss Joe Biden behind. I'm gonna kiss Kamala Harris behind. I'm gonna kiss the CBC behind. I'm gonna do whatever I can to do to push forth legislation that's gonna help you. And the problem is, none of these fools got legislation to help your people, Miss Brown. None. In the legislation they got, they are not pushing. They pushed the DACA. They pushed the Dream Act. Now, they got a little hit recently, and we're going to go over that later on in the week. The Supreme Court said, no, y'all ain't doing that. But we'll talk about that later. She's basically saying, I'm going to be part of the get along, go along game. We got Trump, the race is out. We got Joe Biden in. He's the nice guy. Girl, you better wake up. That man is not the nice guy. He's just a low-key form of Trump. He looks better in the suit. He smiles. He's a little more slow and not brash in your face. But don't you ever think that he is not the same as Trump. He's just not loud and ugly. Now, honestly speaking, tell you the truth, and let's be for real. And Trump is a bigot and he's a racist, but Trump did nothing to black people for his 4 years. He did nothing for them. He did nothing to them. Joe Biden has done stuff to us, and he's not doing nothing for us. Lesser of two evils, right? Yeah, right. Look at the new boss. Same as the old boss. And you seeing it happen before your eyes. This lady is telling you in her face, elect me. I'm not going to ever push back on the Biden campaign. Biden can say, I'm not for Medicare for all. I'm not going to push him on Medicare. He can say, I'm not for no cost cut. Biden can say, I'm not for reparations. I'm not going to be for reparation either. Whatever Biden says, I'm going to be. It's just like these dumb Trump numbnuts. Whatever Trump say, I'm going to be with it too. People ain't got no brain for yourself. You can't be a lone wolf in Congress. I mean, John McCain, he went along with most of the Republicans, but sometimes he would bend a thorn in the flesh of the Republicans. That's the type of person I'd rather have in Congress. A thorn in the flesh. She letting you know I'm not going to be thorny at all. So folks, if you're in Ohio, always again, ask these people, are they going to take the baton of the community and run with it? If they say no, you don't have no obligation to vote for them. I don't care how much we need to get these people in the race. If they're not willing to take your problems and run with it to solve them, they don't need to be in that seat, because that's why you put them in office for. And number two, what have you done in the past? What are you doing now? Because if you can't tell me, I don't need to put you in office. Now, you actually think Ms. Brown is going to fight for the people. Let me tell you something. Ms. Brown ain't going to fight for the people. If you think Nina Turner was horrible, then in the words of Ms. Brown,
wait till they get a load of me.